Are you tired of the 5, 10, maybe even 20 skincare product routine that promises to deliver the perfect skin, yet delivers nothing but redness, irritation, and breakouts that never go away? You follow the steps religiously, the cleanser, the toner, the lotions, the sunscreen, but your skin still feels worse. If you're nodding yes, then you're not alone. And the problem isn't you. Why do you do skincare? Well, if your answer is because it's good for you in some way, then you're probably wrong. In fact, you're painfully wrong. You're likely wasting time, money, and worst of all, your skin is worse off for it. In this video, I'll break down what skincare actually does, why do you do it, why the industry pushes it so hard on you, and a simple way to get truly amazing glowing skin without the hassle. I will make some product references and I'll be sure to add those links right below. The skincare world bombards us with thousands of products promising to cleanse, exfoliate, scrub, nourish, replenish, hydrate, and give you that glow. But these words, they're mostly marketing nonsense designed to make you feel like you're doing something good. The big assumption, the unspoken assumption, is that your skin doesn't work without these products. Without the cleanser, without the toner, the serum, the lotion, the cream, your skin will simply fall apart. Well, let's get real. The skin is a miracle of creation, and it's been doing its job thousands of years before the skincare industry ever existed. Your skin protects you, it regulates temperature, and it coexists with your environment perfectly on its own. So obviously you're doing your skincare for some benefit, but let's take a look at the different categories of skincare products. So the first category I'd like to take a look at are the abrasives. The abrasives include the chemical abrasives, which are the cleansers, the soaps, the shower gels, the body washes, and so on and so forth. Any chemical that's applied on the skin that's designed to cleanse the skin and remove unwanted ingredients or factors off the skin. With the chemical abrasives, and by the way, the physical abrasives, which are the scrubs, the loofahs, the washcloths, the exfoliating gloves, and so on and so forth, what all these products do is that they strip off your natural skin barrier. They strip off oils, they strip off dead skin cells, they strip off microbial life off the skin, but all these ingredients actually naturally belong on the skin for the most part. And what all these cleansing products and cleansing rituals do is they undermine your skin barrier and your natural protections of the skin. Now, if you're a regular person just doing skincare because you've been taught all your life that there's some benefit to these cleansing rituals, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I'm sure there must be some good in it. I mean, I don't need these things on the skin, or the skin is somehow better off after I have cleansed it. But the truth of the matter is that the skin is actually worse for the wearer after it's been cleansed. What's happened to the skin after it's been cleansed, whether it's with the chemical abrasives or with the physical abrasives, is that it actually has left off with a deficient skin barrier. The skin barrier has been undermined, and now the skin has to rebuild and replenish that skin barrier with the resources that it has and the time that it has until the next assault on its surface, and that leaves the skin sensitive and open to irritation and other issues as well. So abrasives, whether they're chemical or physical, inflict damage on the skin. We're even talking about the medicated ones. Even if you're using any sort of cleanser or shampoo to wash your face or your scalp to address any medical issue, even with the medicated cleansers, you still end up undermining your skin barrier, which needs to be repaired. Then the second category of products, which are the moisturizers, come in for the same, right? You've inflicted the damage on the skin, you've undermined your skin barrier, so something has to be done actively. And naturally, the skincare industry swoops in with these products called moisturizers. Now, moisturizers categorically are designed to protect the skin and allow the skin barrier to replenish itself and to rebuild what was lost in the abrasive process with the cleansers and with the physical abrasives. And this is essentially a cycle, sort of like a fireman arson. You set the fire by abrading or undermining the skin barrier, and then you end up having to apply a moisturizer to fix the problem that you've just created with the first step that you've taken to cleanse the skin and make it better. Now, what is the problem with moisturizers? Well, the problem is, besides the point that you wouldn't have needed them to begin with had you not had to cleanse the skin so aggressively, is that most moisturizers are actually not very good products. The vast majority of moisturizers are water-based. Water-based means that you would have to incorporate, as the manufacturer, many different ingredients into the product that have nothing to do with the function of the product, as in nothing to do with protecting the skin barrier. Because water-based products are a breeding ground for microbial life, you have to include preservatives. And preservatives can in fact be irritating to the skin and can actually have adverse effects on the resident skin microbiome, which actually inhabits the skin in harmony with the skin and carries many important functions alongside the skin and makes a part of the skin naturally. Then there are the stabilizers that make the water-based product stick together and maintain its form as intended for you to use and enjoy using it, so you continue to use the product. And then there's other unnecessary ingredients and so-called inactive ingredients, such as fragrance, dyes, and so on and so forth, all sorts of other ingredients. And if you'll take a look at the back of the package of your water-based lotion or cream or other skincare products, you'll notice that there are often 15, 20 odd, 30 odd ingredients. Imagine that most of these ingredients are actually not there to help you in any way. They're there to help the manufacturer to make the product more appealing to you, or stay on the shelf longer, or avoid all sorts of other liabilities that would affect the manufacturer adversely. But they have nothing to do with protecting your skin barrier. So the vast majority of ingredients in skincare products are actually working for the manufacturer and often against you, against your skin, affecting your skin adversely. Now, there are oil-based moisturizers, and there's nothing wrong categorically with oil-based moisturizers, but oil-based moisturizers often contain unnecessary ingredients as well, where manufacturers often include all sorts of gratuitous ingredients such as essential oils, all sorts of superfluous carrier oils, as well as other ingredients that just make the product more appealing to apply, yet do not add any benefit or efficacy to the product. So the bottom line is that the skincare industry largely provides two categories of products. One category of products are the abrasives, that's setting the fireman arson into motion, making your skin sensitized by abrading the skin barrier and undermining the skin in a way that leaves it sensitive and open to attack and irritation. And then the skincare industry provides a second category of products, which are the moisturizers, which unfortunately the category is made up of thousands of products that are just badly formulated, mostly water-based, containing endless amounts of inactive ingredients that work for the manufacturer rather than working for you and your skin, providing you with benefit and the benefit that you actually need after the skin has been sensitized with the cleansing. That is a serious problem right there. So what can you do? Do you want the glowing, calm, resilient skin that the ads promise without sensitivity or endless products? Do almost nothing. And this is not promoting some sort of skin zen. It is promoting sensible skincare, meaning doing exactly what the skin needs from you and not doing anything gratuitous, anything unnecessary, anything superfluous that may harm the skin potentially, and goes without saying that it's going to be a waste of your time and money. So first of all, do no harm. Avoid hot water in the shower to the best of your ability. Anything above 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 42 degrees centigrade is a bit too hot for your skin. It scalds the skin, it undermines the skin barrier, and provides no value to you. Also avoid the cleansers, the soaps, the shower gels, the body washes. Categorically, from head to toe, avoid shampooing to the best of your ability. These products provide no value to you. And what you can do is focus on areas where detergents actually provide some value, which are the skin folds where body odor is made. You can use soap to address those areas. For body odor, use only real soap and only under the skin folds where body odor is actually being made. The soap I recommend is Kiss My Face Olive Oil Soap Bar, which is made with 3 ingredients: saponified olive oil, salt, and water, and that's it. There's no fragrance, there's no added nonsense, This soap does its job extremely well. You don't need anything else beyond that. As promised, you can find the link for Kiss My Face olive oil soap bar below. Now, as I've emphasized earlier, stop the scrubbing altogether. There's no need to physically abrade the skin in any way, shape, or form. There's no need for scrubs. There's no need for exfoliants. There's no need for loofah, for any towels or washcloths or exfoliating gloves. There's no need for this motion on the skin, this rubbing circular motion that people do on the skin thinking they're getting some sort of benefit. This motion in of itself is actually irritating to the skin physically and has zero benefit to you. So avoid that motion altogether. So absolutely no scrubbing. Save that for the pots and the pans in the kitchen. If your skin feels dry, moisturize, but use moisturizers that actually work for you. What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for oil-based moisturizers that are thick and sturdy, meaning they are viscous, and contrary to urban legends, oil-based moisturizers do not categorically clog the pores. And then we're looking for oil-based products that contain the least amount of ingredients. 3 ingredients or less is an excellent start. So oil-based, thick, and with minimal number of ingredients. Petroleum jelly is your OG moisturizer that meets all those criteria. It's a single ingredient product. It's easy to apply. The problem with petroleum jelly is that it's a little thick and a lot of people don't like it. The secret is to use very tiny amounts of petroleum jelly and only as needed over the trouble areas. So you don't end up with any goopy residue and you get the most bang for your buck. Looking for an alternative to petroleum jelly? Try Butter Oasis Moisturizing Balm, which is our skincare product designed by yours truly. It is made with only 3 ingredients. They're plant-based oils, shea butter, cocoa butter, and argan oil, blended together for that perfect combination, which gives you that occlusion, emollient effect, and very gentle application with this gorgeous chocolatey smell on your skin. Butter Oasis can be used as an all-purpose moisturizer. You can apply it on the lips like that, and can apply it on the face as a facial moisturizer in case your face does need it. And this is a wonderful product with great reviews from consumers who can't stop raving about it. If you have any dry area on your skin, you will surely love this product. This product works from head to toe, works as a hair balm, works as a face moisturizer, as a lip balm, as a cuticle balm. It works absolute miracles. And again, it works from head to toe for all other areas of the body as needed. And remember that the goal with these 2 moisturizers, with either the petroleum jelly or Butter Oasis moisturizing balm, is to protect the skin barrier with a very thin layer of a sturdy moisturizer that'll give the skin some space and time to catch up, replenish itself, and rebuild itself to protect your skin and take care of your body. Apply Butter Oasis sparingly and as needed, and your skin barrier will replenish itself, build itself up, and your skin will end up nice and plump and soft as you meant it to be in the first place. Your intact barrier will give you calm, plump, shiny skin naturally. No more sensitivity. So ditch the complicated routine, embrace simplicity, and remember, your skin doesn't need fixing. It needs simplicity. It needs freedom from products that keep on hurting it. So if you're ready to stop the cycle and finally get the results you've been chasing, try this minimal approach. What's your biggest skincare struggle? Comment below. Also, like and subscribe for no more BS skincare advice. And as promised, product links will be provided in the description. See you next time. God bless.